Alright, I want to talk a little bit about, I guess the overall, sort of overarching subject is hypocrisy. It'd be the root subject here. More importantly, in relation to the happenings, the goings on in Syria lately. Of course, as most of you know, Thursday night in America, evidently Friday morning for the UK, according to their papers, that's when it happened. Anyway, the US launched 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Syrian airbase in retaliation for a claimed chemical gas attack on Tuesday. An attack that, again, they claim killed 87 people, including 31 children and 20 women. Again, I say claimed and suspected, things like that. They say those kind of words because, me personally, I remember the whole weapons of mass destruction in Iraq thing, which turned out to be absolute bullshit. So, honestly, I have yet to see anything truly, okay, it's obvious that this was a chemical attack carried out by these people on these people. I haven't seen anything like that. I've heard a lot of claims. I've seen some pictures that could or may not be for real. This is one of those things. Again, I'm not saying that, this is a conspiracy and it's all fake. I'm just saying, remember what happened last time. Last time, the White House and the media got in lockstep together on a subject when it involved going to war. They don't exactly have the greatest track record of telling the truth. In fact, most of the media has been just enjoying, oh my god, when everyone was we're attacking someone. I shit you not, I forget, was it Tom Brokaw or one of those sons of bitches? They actually described the scene of the cruise missiles launching off of the destroyers as a beautiful sight. Oh, these beautiful weapons flying towards the heavens. Yeah, dipshit, those things are gonna land somewhere, right? And guess what? When they land, it's not so fucking beautiful. But anyway, it kind of ties into the whole hypocrisy thing too. For the past couple days, every single media outlet has been covering pretty consistently, this gas attack. What's going to happen? 87 people were killed. Oh my god, 87 people! 87, such a tragedy. Yeah, no mention of the potentially 1,484 civilians that have been killed in March, that may have been killed in March alone by U.S. airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. Now, those are still projections. Again, same as both sides. I haven't seen absolute verified proof, but that's what they're saying sort of in that area. That over the past month, U.S. bombing campaigns or airstrikes that have been carried out against rebels or against ISIS, I guess, is what the plan is supposed to be, in Syria and in Iraq, may have killed up to over 1,000 people, civilians. I haven't heard a damn thing about that on the news. Just 200 alone in the city of Mosul in Iraq. Amnesty International has reported that there may be as many as 200 civilians killed last month in bombings of that city. In fact, a quote from Amnesty International said that the evidence gathered on the ground in East Mosul points to an alarming pattern of U.S.-led coalition airstrikes which have destroyed whole houses with entire families inside. So there's women and children in those numbers. Not a peep. Never mind the fact that, you look sort of elsewhere in that region in Yemen. Now, Yemen is in the middle of a civil war. the Saudi government, our BFFs, supports, basically wants to try to overthrow the government that took over and put back into power either the same government or one similar to it that would be more friendly to the Saudis. So, to that end, they have been carrying out airstrikes in Yemen. Now, these airstrikes are both supported and armed by the U.S. And these airstrikes have specifically been targeting food production and agriculture. And on top of that, the Saudis have also been conducting a blockade of all things, and they're coming in via the ocean or the air, which has basically cut off aid from getting to the country. So right now in Yemen, Trump did a press conference. It's like, oh my God, the babies, these little babies that were the babies. What we gotta do? These little beautiful babies were killed. Well, in Yemen right now, there's almost 500,000 children facing severe malnutrition, and and the entire country is on the brink of famine due to these actions that are supported by, and in some cases funded by the U.S. government through the Saudis. And crickets. Not a damn thing. No one's covering that. Millions of people, hundreds of thousands of children that could potentially starve to death. And, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, they don't give two shits. But the U.S., 80 people, or 87 people, die supposedly, potentially, in a gas attack. And, oh my God, it's a horrific atrocity. Never mind, the very first military operation that was carried out under Trump's administration. The one I think it was in Yemen, or it was in Libya. I think it was in Yemen. Yeah, it was one where basically they failed to get the person that they're after. They managed to get one member of a Navy SEAL killed and 30 civilians killed, along with something like 8 children. Again, you barely, those people getting killed barely got a passing mention. But a relatively small number of people that get killed in an alleged, at this point to me, gas attack. And my God, it's a horrific tragedy. And according to the president, it's a horrific tragedy. And we have to respond to this. And they attack, and the media just instantly switches from, oh, look at this Trump tweeting and how incompetent they are to beating the friggin' drums of war and friggin' just all over themselves at the prospect of covering missiles launching from naval ships again. It's disgusting. And the fact that they would so quickly switch to being so pro-war is disgusting. Aside from the fact that, again, if this is a problem, if they actually gave a shit and they actually took a minute to look around, it's not like it's, they can always just look at the websites of papers and news organizations that are actually covering real news and find plenty of information about the atrocities that are being carried out in that same region by our own government and by forces supported and armed by our own government. But they don't care. And they wonder why less and less people trust mainstream media. Like, gee, you really is that really a shock after when shit like this happens? All right, well, I'm actually about out. as perfect timing too, about 10 minutes. So, that's all I have for that one. I will post links in the description below. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or if you're watching this on VidMe, follow, upvote, or comment. See you next time.